Good morning, second grade. Miss Fogelman here this morning to talk with you about our reading lesson. Let me share my screen so we can get started. All right, so we have been discussing unfamiliar words and using our context clues to figure out the meaning of unknown words. Today, our learning target is, I can find the meaning of an unknown word in a text. Our connection is that last week we learned about how we can look for words or phrases we already know in the sentence to find the meaning of an unknown word. So if you remember, we've talked about using antonyms, which are words that mean the opposite of that word, synonyms, which are words that mean the same as our unknown word, using definitions and using examples in the text to figure out the meaning of an unknown word. So today we're going to be reading an article called An Amazing Rescue, and then we're going to be discussing what the unknown word means. So the word that we're discussing today is the meaning of the Earth's surface. We're also looking at the word tasks in the passage. So when you see those two, that phrase or that word in our reading, make sure you take notice of how it is used in the sentence. All right, let's get started. An amazing rescue. On August 5th, 2010, a mine in the country of Chile caved in. 33 men were trapped inside. They were deep below the Earth's surface. Okay, so there's our first phrase, Earth's surface. Finding a way to rescue the workers took a long time. The men were trapped for 69 days. The men say that working together saved them. They voted on all the important decisions. They also took turns doing different tasks. There's that other word. On one day, a miner might be in charge of looking for a way out. On another day, he might keep the underground area clean. They also worked together to make their food last as long as they could. Many people asked how the men stayed so cheerful during their time underground. They took turns keeping each other's spirits up. If they hadn't worked together, the men might have lost hope. But the 33 miners from Chile supported each other to the end. On October 13th, 2010, they were saved at last. All right, so our first question says, read this sentence from the article. They were deep below the Earth's surface. What is the meaning of Earth's surface in this sentence? Okay, so before we look at the choices, let's take a look at what it says. They were deep below the Earth's surface. All right, so my thoughts would be deep below. The word deep gives you an idea of what Earth's surface means, okay? They were deep below. Deep and below are two key words in that sentence. So let's also go back to the passage. And it says, in the third paragraph, it says, during their time underground. This word underground also helps me understand the Earth's surface. If they're underground, Earth's surface must be the ground that we walk on, right? And they are under that surface. So let's take a look at what is the meaning of Earth's surface in this sentence. Is it a body of water, highest point, deep tunnel, or outside part? Well, I think I can get rid of body of water because it says they were deep below the Earth's surface. I don't think they'd be below a body of water. So I'm going to think that that's not the answer. Here it says highest point. That could be the answer. Let me keep looking. Deep tunnel. Well, they were in a tunnel in the story, right? That had caved in. So I don't know that they would be deep below that tunnel because they were actually in the tunnel. So we know it's not A or C. And outside part, would they be outside if they were deep below. I don't think that that one makes sense either. So my only one left is highest point. Let me see if it works in the sentence. They were deep below the highest point. I think that makes sense. And if I go back to this part where it says their time underground, they could be below a highest point, right? Because they were underground. So they could be under the highest point. So yes, B would be our answer. In paragraph 2, what is the meaning of the word tasks? Okay, so let's go back to paragraph 2, which is right here. Look for the word tasks. All right, the men say that working together saved them. They voted on all the important decisions. They also took turns doing different tasks. One day, a miner might be in charge of looking for a way out. On another day, he might keep the underground area clean. So it says they also took turns doing different tasks. Well, here's the word tasks. And then I read on, because remember, sometimes our hints are not in that exact sentence. We have to keep reading. So it says on one day, a miner might be in charge of looking for a way out. That is an example of a task, okay? And on another day, he might keep the underground area clean. There's another example of a task. So if we go back here, which of these do you think would be the best choice? Rest, jobs, turns, or days? So I'm thinking it's jobs. So let's go back to the paragraph. And it says, they also took turns doing different, and what if I put the word jobs in there? Different jobs. And we know that jobs are things that you do, right? So these are examples of things that you do or you work on, right? Because jobs is like some work that you're doing. So remember, use the clues in the same sentence as the word. Also use the clues that are in the sentences around that sentence to figure out the meaning of the word, okay? Let's see. I think we're all done for today, but remember, take your time, figure out the meaning of the word, use those clues that we've given you. All right.